This is John Paul Rai. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan, and today I'm talking about Elon Musk and Amber Heard and Twitter. Now, the thing is, Elon Musk and Amber Heard do not follow each other on Twitter. Unfortunately, I just thought of this recently. I don't have a detailed timeline if they were following, who stopped following first, and those kind of details, but there's still some speculation we can get out of this. So, there's actually two possibilities. One possibility this says is that they're not so close anymore, so they're not following each other. But the second possibility, which is more likely I think, is that they're deliberately not following to make it look like they're not close anymore. Because, you know, that's what Amber Heard does. She puts out things in public to make it look like she has certain beliefs, certain causes, like she's a certain type of person, you know, like she enjoys going to rallies, but she makes fake photos with her friend, like she enjoys going to Istanbul, but she shows something in the pictures by accident, I guess. So the point is, I wouldn't put it past her, or possibly him, I don't know as much about him, to have this little mystery out there in the world. Okay, so before I show their accounts, let me say one thing about following, and it's kind of an insight about how a creator or possibly a celebrity might think of following because it's relevant. Now, some people take it lightly, oh, it doesn't matter who's following who, but when you are building a brand, you've got a reputation, you've got a product, you're trying to entertain people, and you're building your personality, then you're more careful about who you follow because you want to show people that you're building an audience, you're building supporters, and that people are coming to you and not expecting anything that they're going to have to do on their end. I'll give you an example. So if I right now go out and follow 1,000 people that have, like, you know, similar interests or just who look cool or whatever, probably about 500 of those people are going to follow me back out of courtesy. So if you're trying to build a brand and you want to show people, like, I've got 5,000 followers, if you're following 3,000 yourself, then some people are going to assume that some of those followbacks are courtesy. So what my point is that who you're following can hold some weight. Now, the thing is, Elon Musk, as you can see, follows some scientific people, he follows National Geographic, he follows his crypto coins, he follows serious things that would be related to his business. And let me say this also, if he follows the wrong person, then he could lose a lot of money. He could lose a lot of business. Like I've mentioned here, he smoked up, you know what, on Joe Rogan, and he lost $2 billion for it. So if he follows the wrong politician, or let's say a celebrity who got arrested, or something like that, you know, he could lose billions of dollars. So that's one reason that he might or might not follow somebody. So that's also kind of leaning towards my theory that, you know, he's not on good terms with Amber or just doesn't want to follow her anymore. But like I said, I wouldn't put it past them to be deliberately not following so they don't have that connection. Because the courts these days, they look at that. Twitter is a, you know, pretty big part of what's going on. And Adam Waldman got kicked off. And if the courts didn't consider it important, or if it wasn't considered important, they would have just left him on if it was something they just didn't care about. But it holds some significance. And on Amber Heard's side, I notice, this is a little off topic, but she follows a lot of atheists. Now, I'm not here to judge. It doesn't matter to me. Religion and atheism is the last thing I'm going to talk about on this channel. However, I will say this. I think, in her case here, it's a little bit deliberate. I think that she's using it to show she's politically on one side. The atheists she follows are highly intelligent people. They're not just hacks who are, you know, promoting what they think. Sam Harris is a neuroscientist, and Richard Dawkins is a professor, I think at one of the Ivy League colleges, one of the big ones, and Daniel Dennett also has a PhD, and Amber Heard, well, she is not on the level of these people as far as her intellect, so that's why in this case I just think it's a little bit of a front. She's also following her own fan clubs, which I find a little bit weird. It seems kind of desperate that you'd have to follow, like, you know, Italia Amber Heard fans or something like that. You know, do you think Elon Musk would follow his own fan club? Like, oh, you know, Elon fans with like 2,000 followers. You know, if you get what I'm saying about building a brand and building a name and a reputation, that just doesn't look so good if you're going to follow somebody who's got like a really small account and you're like this huge, huge person. You know, it kind of makes it look like you're desperate to get compliments and attention and things like that. So, you know, could you imagine if Amber Heard followed Elon Musk now, he didn't follow back, it would definitely make a statement. Or the other way around. If Elon Musk followed her and she didn't follow back, then, well, that would spell S-I-M-P with capital letters. And, like I said, that would show some significance. And, by the way, from what I understand, is they're not letting Johnny Depp on Twitter? I didn't get the full details. This article or rumor came out, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago, but it would make sense. I mean, if they're not letting Adam Waldman back on, it's really weird that they're not letting Johnny on because obviously they're playing, you know, some kind of political games. Anyway, you guys, of course, let me know what you think down below. I'm doing shout-outs, special thanks, things like that. Let's do some shout-outs. Shout-out to Helly, who's a member here, Tess from Canada, also a member, Jam Price, also a member, and shout-out to Yellowbeard James, who's been here a long time. Thank you guys, and if you're not subscribed here, consider it. I'm doing shout-outs like I just did. Special thanks, things like that. I'm all natural. If I make mistakes, yeah, once in a while, keep it in. And if you don't subscribe, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.